Hi everyone, my name is Daria. I'm a neuroart artist. I would love to introduce everyone and teach everyone this quick self-help tool. Scientifically proven that neuroart to release negative emotions, to manage your stress, anxiety, to get clarity, and also to manifest your new personal reality. As you can see, like real neurons are actually very similar to neuroart work. As you can see, like anyone can create a beautiful abstract drawing with their own subconscious mind, and not only get your emotions in place, you also get a beautiful art piece that is gonna remind you about your strengths, your kindness, all the best qualities you have. And you can put it in your room, you can give it to a loved one.
Everything.
It's up to you. It's your work, it's your decision. Can also I want to say about the advantage of the neuro art that you can have very cheap materials. You don't have to buy anything super expensive, super fancy, maybe a next step for you. But you can have a little notebook and just a few markers and maybe a couple like pencils. Like they're super cheap and they're super affordable for everyone. As you probably know, in 2024, a lot of people experience stress, negative emotions, like even burnout and depression. But guess what? With this self-help technique and tool, you can change it all. And just remember, life is beautiful. We are here to have joy, to be very happy, to give the world our beautiful life, our everything that you want to give to the world. You can do that because everyone, each of us, has a lot of talent and potential. And once you set your minds and set intentions that you're a happy, successful, healthy individual, guess what? It can be your reality. Yeah. New personality builds new personal reality, how Joe Dispenza says. I personally love Joe Dispenza, and I do teaching and neuroart research for my work in neuroart. It's neuroscience plus art creates this beautiful, unique tool that is affordable for everyone. And you can take a notebook and go to the beach, right? And after like a 45 minutes of drawing, you can see all the benefits, how you're gonna feel, what you're gonna experience, and your like little like problem or little issue is just gonna dissolve in this beautiful vibrant colors. And yeah, if a lot of people tell me that they don't have artistic skills, and that's fine. It's not you drawing, it's your subconscious mind is drawing. Technique is not that hard. After 2-3 lessons, you're gonna be able to do that as long as you have markers and time. So here's my few of my work, so you can just see an example how different it can be. Yeah, but you're gonna create your own neuro artwork. So I love to set an intention before every work. And for example, I love to meditate and do some breathing work before we start drawing, because a lot of my clients come to me, for example, and their mind is so overwhelmed, is so is so stressed by cars, by traffic, by some negative thoughts and negative emotions. Oh, what my boss said yesterday to me, why nobody appreciates me, why nobody loves me. So you leave every negative thought behind the door, because by this time you're dedicated to yourself. You have to show yourself some love, some respect. They say you have to love others how you love yourself, but it's by the default. Like, you must love yourself. If you don't love yourself, you can love others. So, and this session is for you guys, for your growth, for your happiness. And I want to say that Neuroart helped me and a lot of people to achieve their goal and have a lot of benefits. I manifested my apartment. I manifested my job. I manifested like new friends. So it's neuroart when science and art like just marry together and give you a lot of benefits. And before we start, I wanna ask Alexandra to give us like a short meditation to help us with our breathing work, and she's gonna use sound healing. I understand that not everyone has Alexandra and sound healing. You can play just something on your TV, like any kind of meditation music. But we are lucky today. We have Alexandra with her sound healing. And for a minute or two, we're just gonna breathe till we feel so happy and relaxed. Let's set our intention to be happy, relaxed, in harmony, in balance, and just enjoy our life, because we are in control of our emotions. Please, Alexandra, you can begin. Hi, everyone in the room.
Dear partners, words.
Hello, Daria.
Hello.
We will do a 5 minute listening and start breathing. If we can do a quick breathing to clear our minds, because as you said, we need a clear mind and set an intention, right?
Yes.
And we will start closing our eyes with the spinal spine.
Right.
With our spine very, very thinking that it's very straight, that we let the air get into the head, to the pelvis floor, breathing through the nose and exhaling through the nose. So every time we start breathing, in each breathing we think we have more space, and every time that the air gets through our body, we can think and imagine that we have a very dark cloud that is moving with the air, and every time we breathe, we can see this dark cloud flowing through our nose, and how the air and the space remove this dark cloud. We will continue doing that until I say to stop. Just imagine that all your problems, things that are bothering you right now, they start to move through your body. breathe and go out through the exhalation. So I think we mentioned how to you can to do this exercise. We are traveling its paper to show all your actions. Sending love to everyone that is us right now. And just being grateful for this topic and for this class. Like, also ask your energy to come back through your body. And bring all your energy through your body. Feel your body, feel the connection with your feet into the floor. Feel the top of your head, feel your hands, and ask yourself, feeling your power with your body. Like music, give us with the stomach, with the heart, and repeat your name from that center 3 times. Stay there, breathing a little bit more, connecting with this calm, connecting with the clarity, connecting with its peace and the joy. And whenever you're ready, slowly open your eyes, looking to nothing with a blurry view of the space. And little by little, start to see your paper, start to connect to the paper, Thank you, Daria. Thank you all. We're gonna start.
Okay. Okay, Daria. So now you have to please turn on your mic on your cell phone again.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you so much for this beautiful meditation. I feel happy. I feel oxygenated. I even cry a little bit from happiness. Thank you for this beautiful meditation. Breathing work is so important, and it was an amazing start for a Neuroart session. Thank you so much, Alexandra, for this beautiful short meditation. I truly enjoyed it. I hope everyone enjoyed it as well. And back to Neuroart, as you can see, Neuroart is not that difficult. So don't be scared. Don't be worried, guys. Here's a Neuroart line. You see, it's very free. It's very simple. You can also practice and draw a couple neural art lines and feel your body, feel the energy inside of you, feel happiness, feel joy, and let your hands do the work. Let your brain rest. You see, it's very simple and effortless to draw neural art lines. And also it's also very simple and effortless to make a neuron, to make a new connection. Lines have a tendency, right, to intersect with each other, and when you make a neuron, something amazing is happening in your brain. You can fire new neurons together. For example, you want to be happy and stress free and balanced and harmonious in your day-to-day life. So based on that, feelings and emotions, like you connected the intersection together, and here you can call it a neuron. It's a new neural connection that everyone can do, which is amazing. uh, I hope you guys were able to follow me and draw a couple neural art lines and make a nice and beautiful connection between them. Or somebody wants me to repeat how to create neural art lines and neurons.
I don't know. We can do it at the exercise, and if we have any questions, we can ask.
Oh, absolutely beautiful. After this exercise, you can keep working on your paper. I just want to start a new one because I wrote Neuroart there. So I wanna draw like happiest, healthiest version of myself. I wanna be a best version of myself is possible, who is stress free, who is talented, who is healthy, who is beautiful, who is wealthy. And I feel like I'm gonna draw myself as the heart, because my mission statement is that I must follow my heart, and I want everyone to follow their heart, because when you follow your passion, when you have a satisfaction, if you have a family, if you have your partner, if you do what you love, you can never be depressed. You can never be worried. And the good thing that you can manage your stress. So I draw myself as a heart, and I feel like I wanna emphasize the heart because it's very important for me to be balanced, to live in harmony, to live in peace. And I start imagining how I look, how I walk, how I talk, when I'm stress free, when I'm harmonious, when I'm balanced. I already feel it right now.
Pero spierami
And also,
hicieron, ya vieron, con la
I'm gonna draw like the best, like uh, 5 qualities I have. Why people like me? Why people are next to me? Uh, what is it about me? So, and all of you guys, when you draw yourself, you can say that about yourself. I am kind. I am creative, and each quality has to has a shape. I drew like little squares and rectangles. I don't know why. It just came from my subconscious mind. There is no explanation to that. So I wanna share with the world my kindness. You can even write down one of the best qualities you have. I am kind. I am creative. So it's a beautiful exercise. Maybe when you had a long or bad day, you can sit and draw and just remember who you really are and what you're capable of. So I'm kind, I'm creative. What else? If it doesn't come like easily to find all the adjectives to describe yourself, it is fine. Like remember why people love you, why you're like so useful at your work. Maybe you're very organized, maybe you're very responsible. um so I would say responsible. I would say very persistent and goal oriented. And I think patience is one of my strongest qualities. But and the last one. So I have kind, responsible, creative. I'm also very and adaptable. So I'm gonna say that about myself. Do you feel like how you start feeling better about yourself when you give yourself like a little, like a little bit of compliments? How your mood is changes? Like, yeah, I'm kind, I'm creative. Everyone loves me. So, and also, you can start connecting all the qualities you have with yourself. You can take, if you see like a corner or something of one of these shapes you drew, like you just start connecting with yourself, with other qualities like I'm kind and creative, I'm responsible and talented, and you just start create all connections between yourself, between your qualities, and between like a whole like world, because you know you are a part of the world, or you are the whole world, you know, the whole world like inside of you. And you start just like drawing neuroarts. Don't think about how your neuroarts look, why is it going up and down. Just enjoy it, you know, enjoy the process. It's your work, it's your artwork, you know, you can do anything you want. Uh, and you can, if you feel it's enough, you can stop. It depends how you feel, what you feel. Um, I don't know about you guys, but I already feel like happier. I'm looking forward to soften all the corners and color my artwork.
Yes.
Yes, I'm really too.
So, uh, wow, that's beautiful. You even use different colors. It's so advanced. Wow. I always suggest if you're a beginner to use one color because it's easier. But
I'm
so if
sorry.
yeah, no, it's okay. Like if you're artsy, you can already like challenge yourself. Sometimes when it's too easy, uh, you don't like feel like new neural connections are building and wiring and firing together. Sometimes I have clients who wants an easy way and I have to challenge them. I make them to pick colors they don't like. So
Now I'm going only to use one. No, I'm kidding.
no, you do, you girl. It's just like for beginners. For it's easier to connect like the same color. You see, I preferably you know for beginners, usually it's easier to start with a black or very dark color and use only one color for neuroart connections. But when you're a little bit more advanced, you can experiment, you can draw something. It's up to you. And I want to start for some reason from from here, connecting and softening all my corners that I have. And I hope you can see it very well how I do that. So I just created two connections. What I'm feeling right now is incredible. Like I started to draw something uh next to my one of my like best qualities, like that I'm very kind. And I feel like my heart is like full of like love and kindness at the moment. And when you uh when you create all these connections, you can if you can like feel like it's very relaxing and meditative. uh you also should focus on your intention. What is your intention? To be stress free, to be harmonious, to be a best version of yourself. Maybe you wanted to get a new haircut, to look better, to do something, with your appearance. Like if all the thoughts are coming into your head at the moment, is good, because those are like, oh, I want to do highlights. Oh, I want to lose a couple pounds. Oh, I start like going to the gym like I supposed to, like 2-3 times a week. All these thoughts are very like good and beneficial, like for you, in order to become a best version of yourself. Like think how your best version of you is working. Think how his best version of you is talking. Who is your partner? Who is your friend when you're a best version of yourself? Maybe all people are next to you are noble. Maybe all people next to you are creative. Or maybe they're super technical and help you with your like creativity. So maybe they are doctors, maybe they're engineers. Like maybe some relationship that you have at the moment actually slow down your healing process, because you have to protect yourself from all the negativity too. It's not hard to admit that without a day there is no night. Without like it just our world is a duality. uh, However, you can master like skills and focus on positive and beneficial things that you have to do. Maybe some of you decided to start like a course, and he never bought a course, or she never bought a course that she wants to do. Maybe it's IT, maybe it's something else, any hard skills you want to improve. Why not? Just maybe some of you wanted to learn a new language and never even started. You know that to learn a new language is going to be so beneficial for you to connect with more people, to get a raise at your job, like whatever it's supposed to be for you. And you see all the benefits. You feel how it's going to be amazing if you speak a foreign language. How you're gonna get this promotion from your job, and how many new connections you can have. You know that it's gonna significantly improve your life if you speak a new language. All you have to do is just imagine that you're fluent in English or Spanish or Russian or French. Imagine all the benefits you get from it as your best version of yourself. And that's it. Your brain doesn't think it's hard or impossible because you already have it. And if you have it in your mind, you can have it in your real life. For example, not everyone wants to open up a beauty salon, right? Or have a bakery or a restaurant. I don't want any of that, because it was never like my thought. I want something different. I want something else. But if you wanted to be like a restaurant or owner, it means you have to be. If it was your dream and your desire to create to build a restaurant for people, to enjoy and experience like Mexican cuisine, for example, or Peruvian, it's only you as a creator has this dream, nobody else. I don't have it. And like, since you wanna like open up a new restaurant, imagine how it's gonna be. Imagine like happy people who gonna benefit from it. Imagine that your sole mission is accomplished. Imagine like the interior of the restaurant. Imagine the menu of the restaurant. I know. Like, our brain said, "Oh, it's hard. It's a very competitive business. How much money I need? Oh, I don't have it." And you start slowly giving up on your dream, because how? The question how distracts you from your purpose, from your mission, from your goal. But if you had it in your mind, if you had this like a god or universe spark inside of you, for example, you want to have a beautiful restaurant in the best restaurant in the city, like for people to experience Mexican or Peruvian or Indian cuisine, whatever, you gotta do it. So don't give up on your dream. And you know how if a lot of people just want to have a happy life, happy partner, uh, have a job or a business that they love and enjoy, it's not much to ask. Everyone deserves that. Everyone deserves to be happy, to live stress free, to have a supportive partner or a family and group of friends. If you want to be a homeowner, for example, like your personal like space is important. You want to have a beautiful house, maybe ocean front, maybe somewhere in mountains, and it's achievable. You can have it. Nobody's holding you back. Remember, like, people send like rockets to space. Of course you deserve your own beautiful house, amazing partner, and job or business that you actually enjoy and help a lot of people around you. When you think this way, that I deserve to be a best version of myself, I deserve all the best things I want for myself. Some people want a private jet. I don't, like, for example. But if you really, really want something, it's all there. It's all achievable. Maybe some of you want like a helicopter, like, and fly around your city. Maybe you love it. Maybe you would enjoy it. Just imagine a feeling how to have your own helicopter and fly around. What feeling you're gonna get? What emotion you gonna experience? Everything in life is for you. It's for you to enjoy, for you to be happy. Uh, and it's only your responsibility to make a right choice, to overcome your fears. If you have a fear of failure, imagine you failed. Imagine you never got this job, or you never like got married or something. So what? Like, imagine what things you're gonna do, like when you were single with no kids. Imagine saying that you are not a millionaire. Is it so bad? Is it really? Imagine you didn't become a doctor. Imagine you do something else. So what? You know? Some of you may be on a mission and creating, to find your mission. It's also a mission to find your mission and know your purpose. Uh, Not so easy for a lot of people, and it comes from childhood. When a child was encouraged and said that you're the best, you can do anything, it creates a core inside of a person that he's welcome, he's loved, he's awesome, he can do everything. Unfortunately, not many of us have this childhood. I listened to a lecture about neuroplasticity. Even a genius could be a loser if he wasn't raised right. Can you imagine? Like,
Yeah, like Thomas Alva Edison.
Nikola Tesla.
can you imagine, guys? We wouldn't have Mozart. We wouldn't have Albert Einstein. Can you imagine just that? How
You
how
know, Daria, you know the story of Thomas Alva Edison?
it sounds familiar. If you want to share, you can share.
Okay, the story is that he was at school and the principal says to his mom, like, this kid is very dummy. We can't call him in here. And she never told her son to, and she raised him everything. And now he was, and after a long, long time ago, and he made all his projects and all of that, he saw the note of the principal.
Wow. It's actually how I now it rings a bell. Now I remember that his mom never told, and he was actually, he considered, like, his teacher considered him stupid or slow or something like that. But his mom told him that you are very special. You have to go to a special school for gifted people. And this child also, like, thought that he is gifted. So, like, a power of the thought itself has a lot of energy. It has a lot of energy. It's what I believe that what you think about yourself and how you act is just creates your personality. Nothing less, nothing more. Of course, you can think whatever you want about yourself, like you're, I don't know, like a princess or a prince. But if your actions don't match with your thoughts, it's it's gonna be a lot of self conflict as well. So if you wanna take this class to improve your like language or learn a new language. If you want to take this class, gym class, to be in a better shape, you have to actually do it. There is no science behind it. You manifest it. You say that to yourself. You promise to yourself that you're gonna read this book. You're gonna go to the gym. You're gonna do charity in your local shelter, and you just do it. You don't think about it for too long. You just go and do it. That's how it works. And neuroart can help you to get clarity, to help you to get inspired, to help it helps you to get to be a best version of yourself, because everything that you think about it becomes your reality. Like, remember how many negative thoughts we have per day of this: I'm not gonna be accepted, I'm not gonna get this much. And guess what? It happens to be your reality after all. All your fears can also become your reality as well. So, like a simple example, like, we have to clean our minds, our conscious mind and subconscious mind, for all the negativity, from all like fears. For example, if you don't clean your apartment and you don't clean your room, after a week, 2 weeks, it becomes messy, it becomes not organized, and you don't feel peace anymore in your own space, because everything is all over. Here's dust, here's dirt, I don't know, like, everything is all over, and you are not at peace. And it's same happens in your brain, same happens in your subconscious mind. If you don't have this peace and clarity, you can go far. uh, like, for example, if I have a goal, like, right, to have my uh, business like open and bringing me so much revenue per year, if I don't even have that in mind, how can I be organized? If I don't meditate daily, if I don't take care of my unpleasant emotions, how I can really go far? I can really go far. I'm gonna be stuck somewhere. And it does, like, to be negative, to be pessimistic. Uh, it's very easy because you don't have to do anything to think negative thoughts. But actually, to think positive thoughts, meditate, do something good to your friends, to your neighbors. It takes work. It takes time. It takes work. But as you said, if you don't clean your thoughts, like you clean your apartment, it's gonna be a mess. So now I'm thinking, to donate a lot of my stuff that I don't wear anymore. Like, I felt like I wanna get rid of, like, uh dresses, old dresses that I never wore, that are just sitting in my closet for like a year plus. Uh, I, I, I- I'm gonna feel better if if I'm gonna donate those dresses. It starts like very simple. It starts with you, like, I don't know, donating a lot of stuff you don't really need, or going for a long walk. It starts with like little things, and little by little you can see your dream is coming true. I see a lot of beautiful artworks. You guys are super fast.
Think
Yeah. I wanna do like like a little bit faster, uh because I feel like it. I wanna already see my complete drawing. I wanna already start painting, adding a lot of colors. Even though I love the blue, uh Blue is a beautiful color. It reminds me some like kind of like ocean. I see a lot of energy from my artwork is coming. Also, a blue color. It's a color of a throat chakra. It's when a person speaks his truth or her truth. Like I had to meditate a lot on my throat chakra just to express myself.
Oh,
I I would read a book like Let Your Throat Chakra Shine and do a lot of exercises uh, to be, to express myself fully. Because sometimes we can't fully express ourselves. Maybe one of your relatives or family members would always say, quiet, art is not painting or music is not a real job. you know when you hear something like that as a child, that artists don't make much, musicians don't make much, you're gonna be hungry, you're gonna be starving, you're gonna be homeless, and you just end up going to an accounting school or I don't know, or your parents pick a profession for you, for example, and you give up on your dream till the point you don't even believe that you can be a musician. Maybe you're destined to be like I don't know, a Mozart, or maybe not, but it's something that you really enjoy. If you enjoy music, you can on Saturday, on Sunday, play in your local bar or something, and get from it a lot of joy, and and hang out with musicians like you. But if you are like an accountant for like 24/7, you talk as an accountant, you walk as an accountant, you hang out only with accountants, and something that inside of you, like your talent, your potential, is want to be like expressed, and you are only the one who is holding it back. Nobody told you that you can play music at all, like, or you can draw, or you can try to connect with like-minded individuals, like musicians or artists, even though you're an accountant. If you love it, if you really want to do it, just allow yourself to do it. Like, I don't know, go take classes, go meet, local musicians in your area. It makes your soul very happy, and you are here for one reason only: to be happy and express yourself also. And a lot of people say, I love dancing. I love to dance salsa, bachata, belly dance. And they never do it. So they never actually do what they really love. Like, isn't it insane? I heard a lot of people, oh, you're lucky. You can draw, you can paint. I'm like, guess what? You also can do that.
Andrei was the one that told me that, Daria.
Huh?
Andrei was he told me that a few weeks ago, so that's why started with the idea of drawing, and that is when we all connect.
Yeah, that's true. Like sometimes you even have to speak it out loud. I wanna draw. I wanna dance. I wanna play guitar. I always wanted to sing, but I'm shy. Like, if and sometimes like the universe loves you. He sends you, or like it sends you like a person, or even like a link on your Instagram that you can sign up for this class and be happy and express yourself. And guess what? Then your work performance at your job, at your business, are gonna start growing only because like a couple hours of a music or art class make you so much happier, give you new ideas. uh you like everyone is thinking about like their life when they're drawing their goals, their intentions, and maybe during while you're drawing you get like an insight all of a sudden how you can expand your business, like, or how to fix some old relationship that been bothering you, you know. uh, it's just insane how it works. I'm so happy, you know, that we all connected, and you know that you wanted to draw at some point, and here I am. It's basically that's how it works. There is no magic, no science behind it. You attract what you really want. If you say that I'm an amazing human being, I live in a fairy tale, my life is amazing, and you know, like some events start happening to you. You get a promotion, you get a new friend, you're like likable, you're invited everywhere. So uh, you're successful in your area maybe, because first of all, like, we are all like people, we want to work with people, we want to have a real connection. And if you're happy with yourself, like truly happy, not fake happy, like people feel that energy, and they're drawn to you, to to your energy. They wanna. Nobody wants to hang out with people who are negative, who are complaining, who have victim mentality, and all they're doing is like complaining and focusing now about negative stuff. Oh, look at the politics. Look what and they gossip, right? Because they have nothing better to do. They start, oh, you know what she said, what he said, and instead of like discussing ideas or something positive, or just, you know, be in silence for like this 10 minutes and clear your minds, right? Just you are choosing to gossip, you're choosing to think negative thoughts, you're choosing to watch negative news, and it affects your reality. It's like a diet. It has to be a diet, you know, what you hear, what you watch, with who you hang out. If you eat only junk food, right? If you eat a lot of junk food, so your appearance, your health, your well-being is gonna go down. If you select your own like good vegetables, organic farm, and you eat like good food, right? You're gonna feel better, you're gonna look better. So you have more clarity by just making positive you know, choices for your body, for your soul. And same, like, you can scroll for hours like Instagram or Facebook, or you can put a meditation before you sleep. It also 10 minutes of scrolling and 10 minutes of meditation. And if you do it every day, every night, you're scrolling and scrolling. Imagine how it's gonna affect you. Mostly, it's not gonna affect you in a positive way. It's everyone knows that your like brain cells die, but it's like from alcohol, pretty much. If you just putting this horrible like information and images from social media, you start like comparing yourself. Oh, I'm not beautiful enough, I'm not smart enough, I don't have enough followers, instead of like meditating and getting insights.
But the followers is state of meditating. Meditating for followers. And not good.
Yeah,
I used to do that before. Yeah.
Like,
Daria,
you guys are meditating to get more followers. Wow, it looks good. It looks really nice. I like how it looks graphically. Uh, sometimes if no thoughts, no affirmations like come into your mind, it's okay. You just enjoy the process and be in silence for a moment. Silence is the best music for your brain. Just don't just don't space out too much, because you do have to put some efforts to focus on your intention, on to your like main goal of these neuro artwork. But if it's hard for you, like to always focus on, oh, I'm harmonious, I'm this, I'm that. If it's hard, if you feel like negative thoughts or just destructive thoughts are coming into your mind when you're drawing, oh, I'm hungry, I want to use the bathroom, what I'm gonna eat tomorrow. So try, if you're super overwhelmed, you can space out for a minute or two just to be clear of all the negative thoughts, because neuro art and keep focusing on your intention is a skill, and like everything else you have to earn it.
Yes.
I know that a lot of you like meditate, so and you probably know that it's a skill. Remember your first meditation?
It's
Like,
also
yeah.
it's supposed to be the brain.
Some neural connection can be like very strong. Some neural connection can be tiny and elegant and beautiful. If you want like a shortcut, you can just create like a little circle inside of some kind of shape. Like I could do that like that, for example, and just draw a neuron inside. It's like a little shortcut if you have a space that you wanna round, make more round, make more peaceful and harmonious. So like here, I can just draw like a shape I want inside. Here, you can see I have like a little triangle here, right? I'm not gonna do it one by one corner. I can just draw inside like a circle and all, and I'm just gonna like color all dots. Here's like little dot I colored. Here's also like what's happening here. I don't know. I'm just making it round. I'm just making it more peaceful and harmonious. Here's like I have a lot of like sharp shapes, and I'm just gonna draw like a circle inside. Here as well, and here as well. Here as well. Here I don't want anything for some reason. I just want to make a stronger connection. I feel like, I don't know, these are my roots. I feel like they're supposed to be like thick and strong, and I don't know why, I just feel this way. And whatever you are thinking and experiencing, if you can give like an answer to it, it's okay. You just say, wow, how interesting, I remember what my classmate told me 2 years ago. Interesting, why? All right, I'm not gonna overthink it, I'm just gonna move on. If you can write a little notes, like you maybe you had an insight at the moment and you're like, wow, I have to write it down. You are more than welcome to do that. If you like, wow, I have to start, like I really really always wanted to start yoga and I never did, so like you can write down oh, I'm gonna call yoga studios like tomorrow. So, and you do it, and you really do that. Or you wanted to learn how to bake. Maybe you can bake and you always wanted to learn it and just never got a chance. Write it down. I'm gonna take like a cooking class or something. Maybe it has nothing to do with to be a best version of yourself. Maybe it has nothing to do with your goal and purpose, but it's something that you always wanted and never did. And you get, a satisfactory, like, oh, I wanted to take a pottery class, like for a year, and they never did that. Just go take the pottery class. And you get a feeling of satisfaction. Maybe you don't even like it. Maybe you hate it. Who knows? But as long as you try. So I'm almost done. I don't see any sharp corners in my work. If I see them later, I always can, come back and fix it, because it's my work, my decision, whatever I want to do. For now, I'm gonna pick 3 colors that I really like, and I'm gonna start coloring. If you guys didn't finish all the work or with Neuroart lines, it's fine. It's okay. It's not a big deal. I also want to do a very important thing, that I want to emphasize a shape of a heart, because it's myself. It's the best version of myself that already appeared in some kind of physical form. It's a big step, actually. If I have it in my mind and I already have that best version of myself in the physical world, it's a first step. It's so crucial. Like, just to imagine your final goal, your mission, or whatever it is. You imagine yourself, oh my God, I'm going to look this way. I'm going to talk this way. I'm going to have this job. I'm going to have this business. You got all excited about the result. So you keep moving forward. And it's not, the job or the business your parents told you to do, or that's gonna look good on your resume or on papers. It's something that you really want. So I have to emphasize myself, like, and high best version of myself a little bit more, so I don't want to lose it. I also gonna draw a neuroart line from the universe that touches me as a very, very thick neural line. I'm using this marker because it's easier, because it's really easy to draw a very thick line. But if you don't have a marker like that, you just can, you know, physically you can do a thicker line by just drawing 2-3 times. So I want my line to be very thick, very not noticeable, that the universe helped me. The universe helps me to become a best version of myself. Everything is there for me to be that version of myself, to have all the things I ever wanted. It's already I have a blessing from God, to have it all. I also, when I get all of that, or on my way, when I'm getting that, I also want to give the universe to the people as much as possible, to benefit everyone on my way. So I'm also drawing this polyline. It's a neuroart line that connects spirituality and reality together. So those lines are very crucial. You can do a lot of things in your work, but this one is must to have, two neural lines. Sometimes there are 3, sometimes there is 4, but I prefer to have 2 really strong neural lines that are helping me to achieve everything I want in reality. So, and everything that you see after I drew like very thick neuroart lines, it's I will call it main neuroart lines. I will have to soften all the corners that appeared in my work. If you can see that, like little corners that I have because I made it like thicker, I'm just gonna round it up. It's not a lot of work, and it actually gives me a lot of pleasure how I can blend in, uh, all the power, all the energy from the universe in my own, reality. I love that. You can call it like your guardian and angels that are helping you. You can call it it's God. You can call it universe. You can call it your higher version of yourself that giving you all the help, because we know that our higher being, our higher version of ourselves are never gonna be mean to us, never gonna say you're stupid, never gonna say you're a loser. Higher version of ourselves, they're like understanding. They're like higher version ourselves is literally petting us. Sometimes, uh, it gives us challenges that we supposed to overcome to only to be better. If your life very like you get everything easily in your life, like love of others, your soulmate, your business, you're happy, it means you're doing something right. The more challenges you get, it means you didn't learn a lesson, and every time it's gonna be a harder and harder push till you actually be on the right way, till you actually choose a right path for yourself. And it's very important, and it's also like teaching moments. We all had it, we know that. Not to give up, not to be a victim. Oh, why is this happening? So me, like to me, it's so unfair. The more you think like that, the more further you're getting from your goal. And if something happens right on your way, maybe you lose a client, maybe you don't make as much money as you wanted, like one of the months, instead of like blaming yourself and saying that, oh, I knew it was a bad idea, I don't deserve it. Instead of doing that, just think, what can I do better? What can I improve? Maybe I should meet a coach. Maybe I should just get a lot of rest and sleep in order to perform better at my job or business or something like that. Remember, you have to take care of yourself first. You can't pour to others when you are almost empty. You have to be uh, full of energy, of love, of joy in order to give it to others. If you have like something on the bottom and you're like overworked, you're stressed, not it's like you can't really help others when you like that. It's like this rule: put a mask on yourself first, then on your child. That's how it works. It's a simple rule that most of us forget to follow. You help yourself first, then you help others. It's a simple concept, but a lot of us don't do that for some reason.
They have to remember us each time we get in a plane.
Yeah.
I always try to give place because of that. I always try to give place. I think I'm finished.
So when I have my clients and they're like, "Oh, can I do neural art for my daughter? Can I do neural art for my husband?" I'm like, "Wow." So you don't even feel yourself. You're living others people life. Like it's very unfair to your soul. You're basically betraying your soul. You're giving your, I don't know, like all your gifts, all your talents, all your potential to other people. We have some moms are like that. Oh, I give you everything. I give up on my life. I give up on my appearance. I give up on so many things, on relationship to raise you. And no, if you had a relative or a parent like that, just say, okay, thank you, but I never asked you to do so. It was your decision to give a birth to me. And my soul chose to be your daughter, to be your son, to learn some lessons. But I'm not here to feel guilty. I'm not here to feel less about myself, because it was your choice to have me, and it was your choice to not to have a, I don't know, your personal life, or not to take care of your own health. It's not my problem, it's not my responsibility. And I know a lot of people try to make us feel guilty, but it's all on them. If I choose to give my life, to give my soul, like everything, to my partner, my daughter, and my son, and I'm gonna forget about myself, like, and sooner or later, nobody needs a person who doesn't love herself or himself so much. And a lot of people like that are start blaming, like their spouse, their like parents. Oh, or their son or daughter, I did so much for you, I don't get anything in return. It's not how it works. It was your choice not to take care of yourself in the first place. You can't blame me, you can't blame anyone else. It was your choice. And you have a choice to be kind to yourself. You have a choice to be kind to others as well. But everything is your choice. If you start saying that, oh, it's her choice, my spouse, my partner is so bad, he's or she's an abuser, doesn't treat me right. Think about, like, why are you attracting people like that? Maybe you're a victim, maybe you have a victim mentality, because with a victim is always gonna be an abuser. With abuser is always gonna be a victim. They connect based on their traumas. Like, self-confident, kind person is never gonna be with a spouse or a partner that are very negative, very like not confident. Because, like, why would you choose something horrible for yourself? Why would you choose, I don't know, eat like an old nasty sandwich, if you can have I don't know, something amazing that benefits your body and you can enjoy it? So, like, you love yourself out of respect. You don't choose like a partner that's actually not good for you. You're not gonna eat like poison, like mushrooms. You're not gonna be living somewhere, I don't know, in somewhere that you don't like, that you hate. It's a common sense. So I rounded up. um I don't see any sharpness in my work at the moment, but if I see something, I will fix it. um I wanna pick a few colors that make my work, I don't know, interesting. I don't really know what to pick. I sometimes I use pencils, and sometimes I use markers. Depends on the outcome I want. So I like that. I like that combination for now. Maybe if I want to change something, I can't. I can, and I just start, um, coloring my work. I don't know why I chose blue. I don't know why I'm choosing to color, the heart, like the main figure. It's just how I want it. It just how I feel it. Probably because I really want to emphasize like myself, my soul, my priorities, instead of listen to other people and lose myself. When you have this clarity in your mind, everything becomes more like effortless. Everything becomes more joyful because you know who you are, where you are, why you're here. Uh, you you talk and walk with a sense of like urgency. I'm on a mission, and you exude this energy to the world. I am on a mission. I'm on a mission to, build a beautiful business. I'm on a mission to find a partner. You have this like it's all about energy, and people can feel your energy. People can feel your intentions. So if you exude this energy that I'm on a mission, I'm important. I deserve to love. I deserve to be loved. Nobody's gonna like hurt you, and even if they try, nothing is gonna happen to you because you will always choose yourself. You will always make a right choice for yourself. If somebody used you or abused you like once or twice, say thank you. Just thank you for that beautiful lesson. Thank you. I finally learned something. And if even if it was like a harder, like really, really hard push, maybe your business failed miserably, maybe I don't know, you broke, like you had a bad relationship with someone, just say like thank you and really mean it. Thank you for the lesson. I become better. I became stronger. I became more resilient. And when you really mean it, when you thank a person who actually or situation like really hurted you in the past, and it means you're already in the present moment. You're not stuck in your past. It's a win-win situation, for everyone, for you and for everything around you. I want my new persona to shine. I want to get something like, I don't know, orange. I love orange. It's it gives me like a sense of joy, sense of pleasure. Uh, it's also like a second chakra. It gives you when your second chakra is not blocked, you are you're sexy, you're attractive, you're doing well in business, you're doing well in everything. You can express yourself, you can enjoy, you know, your meal in the restaurant and not feel guilty about it that you have a lot more calories than than usual. So you can just reward yourself with like little pleasure that you always wanted, like your favorite meal, your favorite activity. Don't forget uh, to reward yourself. If you worked hard like a whole week, you deserve to have balance and harmony. You can chill and do nothing on weekend because you truly know that you earned your pillow. You really earned it. You worked super hard, like a whole week from Monday to Friday. You always like are thinking about how to improve your skills, how to improve your business, how to improve the quality of life of your loved ones. So you deserve a day or two just not to think about anything at all but yourself, and I don't know, chill with a pool with margarita or something like that.
Mhm.
Just yeah, don't forget about yourself, about your harmony, about your peace. And but also you can, like I I'm talking about myself. I can really enjoy like a weekend, or I can fall asleep at night when I feel like I didn't do my best today. You know, I can't fall asleep. Like it keeps me up at night. If what could I do better? What could I improve? How could I help? Uh, oh, I didn't do like most of the list I said I promised myself to do. So, and this actually takes away my sleep if I don't act, if I don't do things I promised myself to do. If I promised myself to go to the gym and didn't go, if I promised myself to create like a painting this week and I didn't create, so it keeps me up. So I feel like I don't deserve like a good night of sleep because it keeps me up at night. I would rather do something than not to do it, because I know that I'm gonna feel guilty. I'm not gonna fall asleep. Like I know all of that, so I choose like to act according. I choose to do something that I promised myself to do. Other people don't care what I do, what I don't. It doesn't affect them. It affects only me. So,
Awesome.
oh no, my it's broken. So let me find another orange. Mine. I actually like this one better. It's warmer color. So, guys, you see how my new persona is shining?
And oh, oh, I see. Yeah, I see the heart.
Yeah. So, it basically what is in your mind, happens to be your reality little by little, like line by line, neuron after neuron. And it's the same thing in life. So, you're doing something, and you coherent because you really, really know what to do with your life, with yourself, with your free time, how to delegate, how to navigate, and it comes and everything like everything is super easy for you at this point.
Um,
And if you do experience like negative bad emotions, it's okay. It's fine. Like cry, scream in your car. I don't know, do whatever you want. Like try to express your emotions, even negative, because if you don't, it's gonna be growing in your organs. If it's like anger, if it's sadness, just try to express it. Try to say like to the person, or you make me really, really angry. Explain how you feel, or if there is nothing to if there is nobody to explain, just I don't know, sit and scream and cry in your car. Just get rid of negative emotions, like feel it. It's okay. After like a bad day is gonna be a good day. It's always like that, as long as you change your negative and switch your negative and mentality and say, okay, I had a car accident, so but I'm alive, I'm healthy, it's fine. Or I scratched my car, or oh my god, I gained like a few pounds. Oh, so horrible. But just stop beating yourself up and just okay, what can I do to look and feel better? Is this a problem that I really have to spend hours and hours to be like negative about it? Like no, like so I'm gonna give myself time till 7 p.m. today, and I'm gonna say all the bad things. I'm gonna feel all horrible emotions today, and by 7 p.m. I'm gonna be free of this negative unpleasant emotion. You can even set up your alarm clock, like and say like a reminder, after 7 p.m. I'm not thinking about this bad situation or person. I'm not feeling it because I am done. I'm free of it. And you really, really like if you can, like, change negativity into positivity at this moment, at this hour, it's fine. Just give yourself time. You can give yourself like 5 hours, 5 minutes, 5 days, as and even a month. So make a reminder. Okay, it was a horrible, horrible situation, but in a month, I'm gonna be free of it. This situation, this person doesn't control me anymore, doesn't control my mood, doesn't control my success, my positivity. I'm gonna be miserable for a month because of this horrible event, and I'm gonna feel all the negative emotions. I'm gonna be miserable. I'm gonna be a victim, but only for a certain amount of days. And make a deal with yourself. Like, make a deal with your higher version of yourself. And after like you express all of it, you've been meditating, you've been drawing, you've been feeling, you've been screaming, been writing, you did everything to live, to be in this negative emotion, but have a deadline that you're not going to be dealing with this anymore. You don't deserve to be unhappy, you deserve to be happy. And after like you deal with this negative emotion, like, you don't think about it. I know, like, when I have something like unpleasant in my life, I'm not a robot. I can't like change my thoughts in a second or in a moment, but I have a deadline for myself. Okay, I'm gonna say that, I'm gonna feel that, I'm gonna do that at 7 p.m. I'm free of it. So I just want to give this work more light, because now at this point I see if I like my neuroart or I don't. I feel that I like it. I just want to add more orange on the bottom, and maybe to add like something else, some cool elements. And I feel like my work is going to be pretty much complete. And remember, guys, I never planned to draw something like that. It just happened. It just came from my subconscious mind. I never thought I'm gonna do blue and orange. I never knew that I'm gonna have a heart. I never knew the outcome of this work. My neuroart like works, they're all different. Like, this is one, and this is one. I created this work in the same day.
Wow.
Yeah. And one after another. My intention was to improve my intuition, so I kind of like drew like a glass, and then it was just my thoughts walking, talking around it. And same here, to improve my intuition, to have a beautiful like path, beautiful, and to enter something amazing and new. I created like a corridor, and I was just like in my head. Uh, I let my subconscious mind like guide me, and I was enjoying the process. I was enjoying like colors, and that's pretty much it.
What are you great? It's fascinating. So, develops a pencil. Sit, sit. When we were so, I show.
For some reason, I wanted to add like something purple in my work. I can do that, I can do whatever I want, whatever color I want to use, and you guys the same. It's your artwork. You can do whatever you want with it.
Sin más tarde.
There. Again.
Okay.
And a lot of the times our like answers are out here. I noticed that I wear like a purple dress today, and I also like want to add like purple color. What does it mean? What does it mean for me? What does it mean like for you if you wear like something like red or you wear something blue? What does it mean for you? How you feel in this color? What's missing from your life? You can, you know, you can be your own psychologist. You must be your own friend, first of all, but you can also be your own psychologist by asking yourself questions. Why do I feel it? Why did I say that? Why do I wear it? Like, and when you start like self talk, it can help you, as your friend, as your psychologist. If you don't have somebody available for you, you can be your own psychologist. You can have a couple like markers and pencils and start drawing, start writing, start asking yourself a question, like questions. Why do you feel this way? Uh, why I'm so unhappy today? What is the reason? Is it only today, or it just came up today, and I wasn't like happy for a moment? What makes me unhappy? What makes me not balanced? What destroys my peace and harmony? Sometimes, and whatever you say, and you answer like very fast, like what makes me what made me uncomfortable today? Oh, this person. Does he or she always makes me this way? Yeah. Does he she wants to hurt me on purpose? No. Oh, maybe that's how I react because I feel guilty that I'm not doing enough. Or okay, well, what can I do like to improve my to improve it? So, and oh, okay, this person is actually trying to hurt me. Why? Why is it so? Like, oh, probably it's his or her personal problem that he can't overcome, or he's super jealous, or she's super jealous of me. That's why he or she wants to put me down. But her problems and insecurities, or his problems and insecurities, aren't mine. I just do what I gotta do. Like, do I choose to talk to this person about it? Do I choose not to talk and just don't let it bother me? Like, what do I do? Like, what do you do to improve the quality of my life? So, and you decide what you're gonna do about it. Why is it like that for you? What you really feel and why? And you can solve like a lot of problems just like by asking questions. That's what I often do. Like, when I meet a new person, I'm like, how I feel. Like my intuition, our bodies don't lie. We just ignore it and forget about it because we see things, like we hear things, but not everyone mean like well to you. It's just how it is. There are like good people, there are bad people. It has place to be. And but like if you're um improving your intuition, if you're doing meditations, neuroarts, whatever, you get clarity, and you feel it, like in your gut, this person, this place is not for you. You don't know, you don't know why. It just feels very funny. You have like this nagging like feeling about this person or a place or situation. Most of us had that, and after like a certain time you've been around this person and something bad happens, like he or she does something behind your back, and what you say, I knew it, I knew this is coming, like, you know so always listen to yourself first. I had a situation when our team leader was like so brilliant and amazing, but he happened to be a narcissist who doesn't care about anybody else, just himself and money. And I was under his supervision like for some time. And I'm like, wow, this person doesn't mean well. He only cares about himself. And, and everyone left him. All team just rejoined, like joined other teams or even careers. So he was building something, not not for others, but himself. So some people are selfish, egoistic, and narcissists, but they're very talented and gifted in other areas, and they can trick you. They're like, I don't know, like con artists. They can be inside of your head. If you're if you have a lot of empathy and you have a kind heart, you can be just trapped in this person, game. And but like you learn a lesson. You still like learn a lesson. If somebody like used you and abused you, right? Did you really like, how did you feel about this person in the first place? Did you kind of see it was coming? And the answer in most cases, yes. I felt funny about this person. Like it gave me some like feelings that I couldn't explain, but it was like maybe I didn't trust him or her at first. I believe like all the answers are here. We just choose not to listen and our intuition. Happened to me and probably happened to most of us. Some of you felt like, oh, this person is like bad news, and you still went for the job, went for this relationship, and after a while, your dreams, hopes were crushed. But at the same time, I knew this person couldn't be trusted or something else. So it's very, very important to listen our body, our intuition, because it doesn't want to be like hurt or abused unless we feel kind of like, guilty about something. And, we want to prove in our reality that we have to be punished or something like that. I know that a friend of mine, because of her like childhood and parents, she always like feels guilty, and a lot of like people can manipulate it. I know that her parents manipulated her as a child. I know her uh, present relationship, she attracts people who would manipulate her and abuse her because of her mentality, because she never saw a good relationship. She doesn't know. She prefer choose something familiar, even though it's bad and painful and negative, than to choose something good and healthy but unfamiliar. She has to like literally fire all the neurons that are negative and learn how to be in a happy relationship where nobody manipulates her, at least that. I like how it came out. Woohoo! Poetry. I'm gonna so I finished. Some of you finished too or no?
Yeah. Yes. Well, almost.
Almost. It's okay, take your time. I would call this work self-love. I would call my work self-love. It feels like it. It also reminds me of ocean and the beach. Today is a Saturday. I'm just probably gonna go, uh, you know, to the beach. Maybe tomorrow. So we'll see. But I'm looking at my work and it reminds me of ocean and beach and sand. So it's probably what I really want and need. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go tomorrow to the beach and enjoy myself for a few hours. For me, self
Amazing.
love.
Send photos.
Huh?
You send photos, please.
Oh, I will. You should follow me on Instagram. I'm also gonna follow you if you
Yes.
if you post your stuff on Instagram. I'm gonna be more than happy to check
Yeah.
out.
What's your name on Instagram so I can post my drawing and my experience in here? No, this is amazing. I feel so good doing this.
I'm so happy to hear that, and you can guys post your neuroarts on Instagram and tag me at Daria Art Life. I'm gonna send you my Instagram like later on. But yeah, I would be happy to see your works on Instagram, and if you give us some feedback or comments, how you feel, what it gave you, I'm gonna be so happy and pleased to see that, and I would obviously share in my stories.
Oh, yay. I feel my drawing is amazing.
Let
It's
me
like
see.
a brain.
Oh, could you put like lower, a little bit lower?
Okay. There? You can see it there?
Yeah, I can see it. It's I wanna like open it so to see it, but I can see it. I can see it well. You have a lot of purple, a lot of blue, a lot of yellow. It's actually like it's amazing artwork. I really love it. I see very like strong connections. I see how effortless your neural line looks. It's I also feel like you have a lot to give and you want to express it. Like you have like a gift and a talent that you wanna and have to kind of express and give it to the world, but something is stopping you. Something like I don't know, maybe you're missing like some hard skill to express your talents. Maybe you're missing maybe just a fear of rejection, but something that is uh, kind of like stopping you from a best version of yourself, but you're on a right path. You
Oh,
are very talented. You're very creative. I see a lot of you actually is a person who has a lot to give, but maybe to learn about like a balance, give and take, because I feel like you a little bit sometimes can be like very frustrated with like, oh my god, I do so much for people and I don't get as much love and much care in return. So you gotta like learn how to take as well, like to balance it out a little bit for yourself. uh yeah, but that's what I see. Well, I also see that your a best version of you is kind of hugging you. That you have to be kinder, like more kind to yourself. Don't critique yourself too much and just say, "Hey, it's my learning process. Sooner or later, I'm gonna get it, no matter what. What mine is also gonna be mine. Is always gonna be mine. It's not gonna be lost somewhere. It's coming to me. I can feel it. I can smell it. My mission, myself. I'm gonna shine." So, but I do see that you have to talk, um, you have to imagine that you are already a highest version of yourself and look at yourself like now at the present moment, and you're not gonna be disrespectful to you at this moment, right? You're not gonna be hurtful. You're not gonna say mean things. Just think of you as as a highest version of yourself who wants to talk to you now, talks to you present. What you gonna say? What you gonna say to yourself? What you gonna do to yourself? Like, are you gonna be hugging and complimenting yourself, like pretty much so, or you gonna be, or you gonna be a mean parent? Whatever feels right, whatever
Mhm.
you whatever you feel, you gotta do. Like, sometimes maybe you're like can be like a little bit lazy and procrastinate. Maybe sometimes you do deserve like a little push, you know. Yeah, you know. But most of the time, like, I see that you have, if you don't have somebody like in your family or like a friend who is always going to be here for you, to support you, to say you like nice beautiful things, that how beautiful and talented you are, just talk yourself as the highest version of yourself, and it's gonna, and you see how you're gonna be changed, how you're how it's gonna be easy and joyful for you.
Okay.
And how would you call your neuro artwork?
I'm calling transformation.
Wow, that's a
No.
good name. Very good name. I'm proud of you.
So when you were saying that you need to do a lot of throat exercise, I
Uh,
feel the same.
yeah,
I feel sometimes I can't express everything I know,
yeah. We all.
and it's not. And I don't know. It's maybe I want to share share ideas via social media, podcast,
Yeah,
and sometimes I feel I don't know, or maybe that why I want to do that, right? Like
yeah.
one thing,
Who wants to hear that? It's not that interesting. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know. I
yeah,
know that. I know that feeling.
yeah, like people wants to hear other things, or I don't know how to say what I know, or for example, everything that I have learned to reprogram me again,
Yeah,
about somatic embodiment,
yeah.
on all of that. And I don't know, it's meditation. It's weird.
Hmm. It takes time. It takes time to like really, really to speak your truth and express yourself. I
Mhm.
also been, hiding my knowledge. I've been just reading and learning and going to retreats, and I never shared my knowledge, and I never like expressed myself, because like, why? I'm doing it only for me. I'm not willing to share it, and I'm just doing it for me. So it's very selfish, to be honest, to do that, because every teacher has, their students. It's always going to be like that. You always can help people who may be in the same situation you were. You always can share some thoughts, some ideas, and you have like a spark in a person's like heart or mind. Oh, like, really, that's a good idea, let me do that. And you just said it like just effortlessly. You just meditated with this person, or you just had like a session with this person, but it can change like somebody's life. And if you don't share your gift, uh pretty much think of it like that you're stealing, like you're stealing from yourself, you're stealing from your friends, from your family, you're stealing from your country, you're stealing from a whole world by not sharing, your talent, by not sharing your gift, and just taking it only for yourself to feel yourself better. If you
Mhm.
think this way, like, you have to express it. Like, I I heard it from Grant Cardone. And basically, if you're not doing enough, if you're not, putting yourself out there, especially now, like on Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook, or like you have so many tools, right? If
Yeah.
you're just not doing it, like think that you're just stealing from yourself, destroying your soul, stealing from your friends, stealing from your
Thought
family, stealing from your country by not expressing your gift. It is what it is. Like, and you know it.
I thought it was the opposite. Like I thought I was being too selfish for wanting to share with the people my experiences.
What's selfish about it?
I don't know. I thought it was selfish.
Well, if I'm not interested in the topic, what you're saying, it's okay. I'm just gonna scroll. Not gonna listen to you because it doesn't resonate with me. It doesn't help me. But if you like art, like a new gift, if it helps at least one person, just one person, it's already worth of doing.
Mhm.
Like let's say your meditation, you're doing you're helping like 10 people to meditate. You're like learn, like you are actually teaching 10 people, your group, to meditate. It can be your cousins, your friends, whatever. You do it for free on a Sunday. High
Mhm.
people come to meditate, right? And
Mhm.
if you helped like one person out of 10,
Mhm.
it's totally worth it. Even like 9 people said, I hate it. Like your meditation is like stupid. But one person is gonna, oh my God, I feel such a relief. I loved it. You helped me so much. It's amazing. And that's it. That's all you need.
Mhm. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Also,
how to say
also,
it? Like,
I
hmm?
was very, I was very, I was very scared because I so I started. I want to help people by all these tools, and in this world, you need to. Well, no, it's like, oh, so if you're a psychologist and you have studied this, you can do it, right? So I'm like, oh, I'm not a psychologist, and
I'm not a psychologist.
how I can help people to be better version of them, but they still work with me so I can have my clients and like my projects and like bringing them all these tools as
Yeah.
neuroart, for example,
Mhm.
because I have seen that these things help more than even psychology, like a therapy of psychology. And it's like only people, I don't know, like I'm having these practices because I study narrative practices,
Yeah.
and I'm practicing with my friends, and when they only want to talk, it for me it's like talking is not all, like it's not the best. It's like on
Mm.
the body or just or not like talking can be relief, but if you're always like talking the same and talking the same and talking the same, it's like taking you to nowhere. So
I
yeah,
got I got what you're saying.
yeah,
Like for example, your friend is complaining about her marriage. Let's say that, oh,
yeah.
it's so bad. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave. It's so bad. And year after year, she doesn't take your advice.
Mhm.
So what you gonna do? Like you don't blame yourself that for not helping her. She has to make her own decision to leave that relationship or abusive relationship with her boss or something like that. So if she doesn't take your advice and all she wants from you is to pet her and comfort her, is actually the worst thing you can do. You're not when you do that, when you help a victim to be, in the victim's shoes, like my husband is bad and abusive, or my boss is bad and abusive and treats me like garbage, and you're like, oh, you poor thing, you're actually making a hole in your, uh, you know,
Yeah.
in your aura, and you making a hole in her aura, and you're doing like such a big disservice to this person by always like trying to help and petting her. Like you can just be like, hey, I don't know, Jessica, look at yourself in the mirror. You hate the situation. It's been year after year. All the advice I gave you to get psychological help, to find a psychologist, to do something, about it. You never took any of my advice. All you want to do is, to confirm that your words and your thoughts, and that you're a victim, that you're weak, that
Mhm.
nothing is good out there for you. So if you choose to think this way about yourself, Gnosis. If if you want to change and take my advice, take it. At this moment and this point, I'm not, listening to your bullshit, to your negativity, to your complaints. If you want to talk to me, talk about anything else, like plants, cats, but not about you being a victim with your husband and or your workplace or whatever. So that's pretty much how you help the person. You say like, I'm not spending any of my time on my energy to listen your like nonsense complaints. It just doesn't. And after you call, after 30 minutes of you complaining, my mood is ruined. I feel helpless. I feel like, I don't know, like I'm a uh like some kind of like garbage who you like use to like to throw up all your negativity, and I'm sitting like in all of that. Like I'm like, why do I deserve it? Like I don't want it. I don't need it. I'm not getting paid for that. I'm not getting pleasure for that. Why? Why? It just, and sometimes you have to uh make like a hard decision, like not to talk this person again, because year after year you got nothing but complaints, and be like, this like garbage for this person. Like it just like it has to stop.
Yeah, actually, yesterday in one of my practices, I'm practicing with one woman that I met her because she's from a beach from Mexico, and I live in the center in Mexico City.
Yeah.
So she came from Acapulco. I don't know if you know Acapulco, to Mexico City to go
Yeah.
to a public hospital, to psychiatric hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And what she has been living is that she doesn't have security in her, and her husband have always economic violence with her, and but she is like 5 years old, so she has been getting old, thinking that she like getting old but in a bad way, like, so she only talks bad about her, like, oh, look me, look this, look that, and it's like, so I have been talking to her like, no. So yesterday was a really, really hard session for me because I was like, you need to change your mindset. You need to send your love. But I want to know if a person that have always took medicine, for example, like writ- uh, written uh, Adderall, for example, or antidepressant of that, and now she's making the change, right? Because she lives in this apartment with her husband. He cheated on her, and now she doesn't like. She hates him, but she has never worked in her life. So, but he sleeps with him, and they have another room. So it's like, do the changes. Like, okay, if you cannot like take him apart, like move it to the room, like do the changes, right? And I want to know like how these, well, I want to experiment, for example, how these um um neuroart, well, like a therapy can like change all these, like, because I was like, okay, what do you want for life? And she was telling me that she wants to get better and this, and she wants to be better on health. And when I asked her again, she was like, "No, I don't have any hopes. I don't have anything that I want. I don't feel like anything for anything." Like, because her mind is like so trapped
Yeah.
for a very, very, very long time. So I needed to remember her, like, you just tell me this, like, this is just a little spark in you. So take this spark because you need to feed the fire.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't feed the fire, just the sparkle is there. So yeah, like, I know that embodiment for trauma is the best of the best, but maybe embodiment at the first with people that they have been on trauma for so long in their life, it's very hard to get into their body. Like, there are people that they can't get into their body. So I think that's why art, it's amazing, and it's kind of like you just flow. And so I have been wondering on this, right? Because she was like, also like, I was the trash, and the trash can. I was like, no, I'm not your trash can. Like, I will not be over again. Like, hey, oh, poor me, poor me, poor me. Because I think I have been in that situation too with the divorce of my parents when I was a kid. And now I have been changing, like, how I see the world. So yeah. So the thing is, this is amazing. I think for people that they also have been in trauma and they cannot get at the beginning to their body, and they start to flow and like liberate their mind. Like, for people also that they can't meditate.
Yeah. So I hear you. Thank you so much for sharing. And let me ask you a question. Does she pay for the session, like this person?
Sorry.
Does she pay money for the sessions with you? Does she pay?
No, because I'm using as a practice to practice the narrative conversations.
Well,
But
I saw like a lot of like things that will never like get better for her because she doesn't pay for the sessions. So the energy exchange didn't happen. Anything you say, or it's not gonna be taken, into her life. She also cannot get, better in the environment. She got sick. She literally, her husband made her sick, emotionally sick, and she still keeps living. It's like a drug. Like you want to be, you want to quit heroin, but you're in an environment with like all people who do heroin for you. Even Joe Dispenza said that a person who recovered like addict, if he goes to the same street, to the same city, to hang out with the same people, even like after 10, 15 years, his neural connection are gonna be start like developing and saying, do drugs, it's your street, it's your, even though, can you imagine how powerful it is? Like the person was like sober for 10, 15 years, and something happened, like stress or something, and he got into the same streets, and he hangs out with the same crowd again. All the hard work is gonna go down. So like for 10, 15 years, and she wants to get better in an environment who actually made her sick. So she doesn't pay for her sessions to get better. A person who doesn't pay for the session to get better is never gonna get better. Like it's how the psychology works, and you don't have to get a master degree to understand that. It's a simple human psychologist. If you don't pay for it, you're not gonna take it seriously. So that's why if I pay $100 per an hour, and I've paid for that. If I pay $400 to stay on needles, like I have a strong intention. I have a like that's what I did. Like, I feel like I think for $50, so to stay like to be on needles like for 45 minutes. So if I didn't pay, I would say this shit hurts. I'm not gonna do it. But I had a strong intention. I had a strong desire to change my life. I had a I also like I know that I have to pay a lot for that session. So intentions and money, like that's two things that motivated me to do better, to actually take it seriously. If I have a friend or like even super cheap psychologist, I'm gonna talk nonsense. I'm not gonna take it seriously. It is what it is. It just there's nothing that psychologists can do. You can like you can take a horse and take it like to the river, right? You take a horse and you like, hey, here's the river, but horse has to drink herself itself. You showed the person here's water, but the person has to actually take and drink it. You're not gonna drink it for the person, so it's a choice. And first of all, start charging money for your work, for your energy. And second of all, like if the person doesn't want to change, just all right, at least I'm getting my whatever $40 an hour, whatever you charge, like at least that. But then like by taking people like and try to help them and not getting anything in exchange, was that's what I saw in your Neuroart. That balance, give and take, is like a little bit twisted. You want to give so much, but you don't know how to take. So that's what I was talking about. And when you have to, and everything in nature, everything has to be balanced, like yin and yang. And if you know how to give and you don't get anything, it's you're doing yourself and this person like a big disservice actually.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah.
she spends her time. She is being victim. She is being sick, and you are petting her, my poor baby. So like it just not gonna work. First of all, she has to leave the abusive husband, and also victim is a very good position for victims. Like probably she can afford her own apartment. Probably she doesn't know how to live by herself. If you're independent and self-sufficient, if you invest in yourself so much money, you don't tolerate shit. You don't tolerate this like abusive cheater and like is a husband. Like you just like, yo, I'm so much better than this. I'm like, deuces. Like you wanna cheat? Bye. Like bye, goodbye. I don't have time for that. Like you're I'm your friend. I'm always there for you, and you can't even give me an advice, like, or you can even like, I don't know, hear me out. Like you don't have time for me when I do have like a little problem. Like out. And it's I was also like at some point like a people pleaser who wants to give, and in return, like I don't get anything, and it hurts. It's actually you can even burn out at some point because you destroyed like a healthy balance with
Yeah.
give or take,
Mhm.
and you did it to yourself. And those people who you know they just been people who just wanted to prove your point of view. They didn't hurt you on purpose. You chose to be hurt, and when you realize it, you're like, wow, it's always been me who didn't feel worthy enough inside, who didn't feel like loved inside, who subconsciously believe that I don't deserve like to be loved, to be beautiful, to be healthy, to be wealthy. That's it comes from like inside, and your reality like creates based on your personal realities. It's how it works. If you feel I'm worthy, I'm successful, I'm beautiful, and you do something for it, right? Because you need like to see the results. It just happens. It just happens like naturally. But it is work. It is a lot of work. It is it just how it is.
Yeah, I agree with you. And thank you for let me understand that I'm not having like this um like balance energy. That's how I have been feeling for so long. But let's see how let's see how with this can change this.
No, it's you know, you can fix some things that you're not aware of, and all these like sessions, retreats, sometimes make you to see a very unpleasant truth about yourself in order to be better.
Mhm. Yeah, the thing is maybe in this path because I'm not a psychologist, I'm learning
I'm not, and you telling yourself, I'm not worthy. I don't have this degree. I don't look this like old or young to be like a guru. So like all the negative things, you are just programming yourselves. You know,
no,
that's
it's not that. No, okay, yeah, I will change this. Like, just yeah, maybe because of that speech, I think that I want to that I need to test on groups and all of that, and like, uh,
yeah,
so be of free, you know. And maybe because of that, I'm blocking somehow all the energy.
yeah.
Because yeah, mhm, yeah. Now I see.
True. So, like, you have a lot of talent, you have a lot of knowledge. Your people are gonna stay with you. Like, always, what yours is gonna come to you. Like, no matter what. Like, you just put yourself out there. I am this. I'm help you with that. It costs that much. Maybe it doesn't have to be a lot at some like at first, right? Because you truly want to help and not overcharge people who can afford it. But at first, when you just looking, when you're on a journey, but when you're an expert, when you're already accomplished, you just gotta like say like I'm not gonna like when you're an expert in any field, like and you feel confident and you have like good reviews and you know work experience, you just like, well, I'm not even considering to join this like work or like do anything less than for like $18 an hour. So th- this is your right. You know, it is your right. You can do and you can say whatever like you know you want, whatever you desire. Like if you go to a hairstylist and she says you like it's gonna cost you $100 to do this and that with your hair, do you say like no, make me for 50? No, you just go to another hairstylist who is cheaper if the price, if you're not comfortable with the price, you know. You say like, wow, you're an amazing hairstylist, you're like you're the star in our city, but unfortunately at the moment I cannot afford you, so best of luck. And you go to a different hairstylist who you can afford. It's the same thing, it's the same thing.
Okay, I see.
Hmm.
I see.
Yeah.
Um, thank you, Daria.
Thank you. It was a lot of pleasure to work with you, and yeah, I feel like a lot of energy, and it's really that something that you truly love doesn't feel like work. It doesn't feel like work at all. You don't like see how this time is you know flying just by because you enjoy so much. What by the way, you already you even want to pay somebody to when you feel like you want to pay somebody like to do that, like to draw or I don't know whatever it can be to play music. There is your money, there is your talent like right there. If you want to play like a piano and you even ready to pay for it, like to people like come and listen to it, it's one of your like strongest like gifts. So you don't have to work for your money, you just have to share your talent, you know.
True,
Yeah.
true. That's for everyone, right?
Yeah. Some people are just love math so much. For them, it's a joy to solve these problems. Everyone is different. Everyone's different. So you just gotta find and accept yourself for who you are, love yourself, set like a healthy boundaries, and you're just gonna be a happy person no matter what, you know?
Yeah, loving, like following your heart, listen to you, like
Yeah.
everything you say in the when we were writing all these affirmations.
Mhm.
They're true.
Yeah, I even like the you know have a mission statement. My name is Daria, right? I do like Daria art and follow your heart. So that's what I'm doing. That I'm always following my heart, like to and I also wanna teach people to do that. Like that's it just came to me like naturally, and also after like a lot of experiments like errors and things like that. But I truly believe this is my mission, that I have to follow my heart and also help others to do that. So that's pretty much it. The best things are simple.
Hearts what?
The best things in life, they're very simple, they're not complicated.
Yeah, like this.
True, like this art, it's super simple, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I see guys left. I believe we have to stop recording unless you have more questions.
Well,
Uh,
I
you still there, guys?
you haven't finished. We started checking some colors. Well, the first thing is that I feel many colors.
Can I see? Oh wow.
Fabio, excuse me. One,
Oh,
I just
sorry.
like
The dog.
crazy.
And
Nothing.
my husband. You stop.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Um, well, I missed the first instruction to start using one color.
Oh, it's okay. Your work looks beautiful anyways. It's actually so cool. I love it. Oh my god.
So
It's
basic.
um how would you call your artwork? Do you have a name for your artwork?
Uh, mm, sí, real connection.
Real connection. Wow. So you been trying to connect with yourself,
Yes, I
with
think
your purpose, with your goal, with the meaning.
What is it?
we have real connection. Real connection.
Yeah.
Real connection.
Real connection. I love
Yeah.
it. It really actually looks very artsy, very like three-dimensional, and so cool. Like I would call it like a real abstract art.
Yeah.
And you have a lot of like shapes, and you have like some strong neurons there. I also love colors you selected. So you see your color is yellow, like right in the middle of this work, right? It
Yeah.
gives me something that you have to express yourself more. You have to express like your talent more. Yellow, it's usually yellow chakra
Mm.
that's in your like belly.
Mm.
Basically you want to share your talent, or you're sharing it, and something your connection to real you is actually it is your talent. You have to just express your talent more in order to connect like with yourself, because when you creating like what do you do, what is your what is your like talent, what do you do?
Um, well, my talent, I think I was always good, like with interiors, um,
Oh wow.
like moving furniture, like selecting colors. So I started to study architecture,
Oh wow.
but I quit at the middle.
Uh-huh.
I quit at the middle, and I started to work in, like it's also designing, interior designing,
That's
but
cool.
with modular furniture. I don't know if you know that.
I actually do. I'm a trained as an architect and I work full
Wow.
time as an architectural designer, believe it or
Wow.
not.
Yeah, that's
So
amazing.
yeah, it is. It is actually. Uh, and so it was always a part of me. I was obsessed with abandoned construction sites as a child.
Mm.
And when
Well,
I come to like somebody's home, I want to feel and explore like a place itself. Like, like how the layout of the place. I was always interested in that. I would like run around as a child to see a new apartment, to explore new places, and then I would take a look at the details, like paintings, like little sculpture, and things like that. So it is your like, and you said it that you're an interior designer, like you study architecture, like I can see from your work that you are very creative and very talented. It's like no doubt, like it's
Yeah.
like how I see this composition is like so perfect, and the colors in it, I really like, I really really love your work because it looks like a piece of art. And that's why I ask you, like, what do you do? So it gives me like a lot of knowledge about you, about your background, that you have this talent to create. It can be interior design, it can be furniture, it can be like, I don't know, anything that you have to create. So, and your job gives you enough abilities to fully express yourself.
not really.
Not really. So yeah, that
Yeah.
that's what I see. And if
That
you,
Daria,
yeah,
do you think you can show the diagrams that you showed last time,
uh,
please? Do you have them around?
like those diagrams.
Yes, and the other one, the color diagram, the one that mentioned the meaning of each color. Remember?
Oh, maybe chakra.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So based on like, so yellow, it's a third like chakra below the chest, and also uh it's so like if your chakra, like yellow chakra, is blocked, you're gonna experience low self-esteem, control issues, manipulative tendencies, and misuse of power. So when you're so I call it this chakra that actually helps you to express yourself. It's your creativity. It's very, very important chakra, especially if you're a creative individual. If you don't like express like your talents, if you don't have a like a job that you really makes you feel like special, creative, doesn't challenge you as a you doesn't challenge your creativity, you like slowly like become very, very bored and unhappy with your job. Like it is what it is. If you're destined like to
Yes.
create, you have to create. If your job is like doesn't let you do that, and now plus on top of that, like I don't say that you have to quit your job and go creating. It's not how it works. It's real life, but at least one day a week or 1 hour a day you have to dedicate yourself like to be an interior designer and work on cool projects, and nobody's gonna give you that opportunity. Like an architectural office in your city doesn't is not gonna call you and say, you're so talented, please come to work for us, we're gonna give you a huge salary. It has to be earned. It has to be earned. So you're nobody's hire you as an interior designer, but you do it anyway. You learn Revit, you learn SketchUp, you draw it by hands, you ask your friend just moved in, right? And he needs like a designer, but he can afford it. So you go help him. You select furniture. You say you give a recommendation how to do your layout better, how to experience places better, how to I don't know, decorate his place. And you take pictures and you post and you create your profile, uh, your local interior designer, whatever. You create an Instagram,
Yeah.
you create like a YouTube video, how it was before and how it's now. So you do it on your free time on Saturday, on Sunday, and you can post like, hi guys, for like little fees, I can help you with an apartment. I can do redecorate it. I can do something like beautiful. I'm a student. I just need more experience. And people is gonna like, all right, I can afford it. I can afford like a real interior designer. But I like this guy. This guy work. It looks very cool to me. I want to hire him for the small fee. And that's how you
Mhm.
build the portfolio. That's how you like grow your Instagram, your website. When actually you do have a call, please come for an interview. You come like with a portfolio of your work. Here is a kitchen. Here is a living room. Here is this. Here is that. I can also draw. Like I can also give you like an abstract piece in your living room.
Yeah.
So and boom, people are happy. Like you created a home for like a whole family. And little by little you became more skilled, like famous. Everybody knows you, and like, oh, I'm gonna call this guy because I just moved in. Or so like when they think about interior design, your name is gonna be like right next to it. That's how you like build your name.
I know.
And you do have a lot of talent. You have like you can feel the space. You can feel. You can imagine in your head how it's gonna look in 3D. Not every person has this ability, and sometimes it takes years to develop the ability to think three-dimensionally. When I look at your work, I see it right away. It's a very simple and complex at the same time. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like one of these minimalist architects.
Mhm.
If I think you love designs that's very functional, and you're kind of like think less is more. I feel I getting this vibe from your
Totally.
work. Is it correct?
Yes, totally. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
For me, sometimes I can do design that's a little too overwhelming because I like sometimes can be lost in details. And for me, actually, then when I put a lot of like details, a lot of things in my work, it can be overwhelming. And then I have to clean clean the space, if you know what I mean. I have to illuminate things that um, don't really benefit. And but I feel like for you, like you have a natural ability, understanding that you would put something that's only necessary, that's only beneficial uh to the family, to the people, to the interior space. It can be some commercial like bar or restaurant. So you would make it, you would make your interior design, your work, like pop up, like and stand out from other places. And I think you would be bored with just stupid project like replacing windows or door or stairs. You would find yourself in some dynamic commercial interior spaces.
Wow. Yes.
Yeah,
Totally true.
yeah, yeah. So like if
That
you
is a witch.
Yeah.
It's a drawing witch.
yeah.
Okay, then let me show you mine.
A magician.
Yep.
I didn't like it,
Now it's
but
free. I don't see it.
um,
Wow. It's your work actually similar to your previous work. Am I? Is it true?
Look, the other one is here.
Oh my God, yes. So you definitely have your personal style in neuroart. You know, like we have handwriting, and everyone has own handwriting, and with neuroart is the same thing. Everyone has own style. Your style is actually like really cool. uh
Yeah.
at this moment I see that you are so full of ideas, creativities. It's just like your capacity is like a, I don't know, like a lot of terabytes. I see that you
Um,
have a lot of like room uh in to grow actually, and do like really big complex projects. However, at this moment you're a little overwhelmed.
yeah.
I see that uh, I also can be like that. And do you have ADHD by any chance?
Do I have what? Sorry.
ADHD.
Yeah, I think so. Yes, of course.
Yes, yes, of course. All my
Yes.
friends have ADHD, and I think I do have a little too. So
No. Yes. No. Totally.
all so good news. All very like all these super incredibly talented people who do like big complex projects, they all have ADHD. It's like a gift. It's like a gift and a curse at the same time.
Yes, I know. I know. It is.
And for you, you're on the right path. You do everything you can. For you, important is to get clarity. Like first thing first, and repeat yourself. Less is more. I do enough. I don't want to overwhelm myself. I want to be more coherent. I want to be uh, more like on top of things that are important or urgent. Like if this project, this like person doesn't serve me or can wait, it's gotta wait. I'm not gonna think about it. I'm not gonna talk about it. This little project is waiting for me, and I have two, three projects that are very important that I'm gonna take care of it. And to do for you, it's necessary to create to-do lists. And when you're creating a to-do list and you like check things that have been done, you get a lot of satisfaction. You get like almost like an orgasm when you
Mm,
checked your to-do lists. And
yes.
for you, like for your brain, for your vision, clarity is very important. It's crucial for you. It's better to do stuff like, you know, to like a step back and really think, rethink, recommit to things are very important to you. So you can get clarity, you can plan, you can write things down, you can create diagram, you can do anything that's visually helping you to achieve your goals. I know that you're like smart and you have a lot of skills and talents, but in your case, sometimes less is more. You know?
I know. No,
Yeah.
totally. Yes, I agree. Yes.
Yeah, so you whatever, and also like it's very vibrant and very dynamic work. It's your ability to multitask is insane, most than most people can do. But you also like remember that you're a human, and sometimes things can be uncontrollable, and you just get to surrender sometimes. You know?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, just the best practice for it, like a child pose. Like if you feel like overwhelmed, just do a child pose, like breathe and feel like it's uncontrollable. It's not up to me. I'm just gonna let it go. It's gonna be just fine. And in a child pose, like just for a few minutes, and you can be like a new person and like get more clarity. Also, for
Okay.
you, write things down for you, like uh, for you, this technique would work like free writing and neurographic at the same time. I do that like one-on-one sessions as well when people have a lot of plan, businesses, kids, dogs. You know, like, can you? If you like, for example, you're like successful real estate agent and a mom, your capacity is so huge, but it's so much on your mind that at some points, like, you can operate efficiently. So that's what you have to do to manage your talents, your skills. Like, just to remember, you're only human after all, right? And you need to write things down, even though you
Yeah,
remember a lot of details.
I
Still,
know.
write it down, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Write it down. That's the main uh, focus is come from. I remember you asked me question how to deal with procrastination. It's
Yeah.
it's very challenging with people, for people with ADHD.
Okay.
It's very challenging. You just gotta, like, admit it. You gotta know it. It's a part of me. That's what I'm gonna do. Like, then if you do, you lose your keys often, or you have it in your in the one spot, for example.
Excuse me?
Do you lose your keys often? Like, you put a keys and you don't remember where, and you have to
Oh,
look.
yes, yes, all the time.
Welcome to the club. I have I have so for me, I had to, like, create what do you call it, like a special place for the key.
Yes,
I bought
exactly.
it.
Yes,
So, like, that's
yes,
how I manage it. So
yes,
also,
exactly. So
yeah.
I can work in my cows, you know. But if someone moves my cows, then yeah, I can get upset. So, Daria, I think that for today, like this was a big first session.
Yeah.
So, I would like you to ask the audience what is going to be the second section about, you know. So right now we did some first drawings, but the idea is to normally work with neuroart to solve problems, or as you said, to achieve different kind of goals, right? So you can let people know that you are working on a book about neuroart, and
Mhm.
that you will be giving these remote sessions on a regular basis.
Mhm. Sounds good. Sounds good. Uh, so my team and I are working on a Neuroart book and classes, uh, to actually to be accessible in for everyone in so many different languages like English, Russian, Spanish, and French. We want to help as many people as we can, and I believe, and it's scientifically proven, that neuroart help for personal growth and development. Uh, you don't have to have any artistic skills. You just draw with your subconscious mind. Uh, and it's not only can help you to release, like, some stress and worries, or release some negative emotions. It's only like a first step when your art teaches you how to deal with that. So
Daria,
we, ah,
Daria,
I wa-
sorry to interrupt you.
sure.
Do you think you can point the camera to yourself so people can see you?
Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's a really good one.
Yes, please. So we are almost finishing.
Yeah.
Remember to put your cell phone in vertical mode.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, perfect. Exactly. Yes. Lovely.
Okay. Looks good.
Okay. Yes.
Uh, since so I'm gonna start all over, right? So hi
Yes.
everyone.
Yes.
I hope you enjoy my first neuro art session. We are actually, as a team, writing a neuro art book, so and creating neuro art classes that you can access from anywhere. It's going to be available for on in a few different languages, such as English, Spanish, Russian, and French. So, because we want to help as many people as we can, and so our first session was about to how to manage your emotions, how to deal with stress, worries, and anxiety, how to become a best version of yourself who lives peacefully, harmoniously, and just through uh, with her or or himself, as that's very important. And then we have a lot of different topics to improve and manifest in our life. So, for example, we have a whole. We're gonna have a totally different class about finding your soulmate or improve your current relationship. We're gonna have a class about money and your career. Where can you find yourself? Where can you make more money so you can have a very comfortable life for yourself because you deserve it, obviously. And so and also, I'm very open to hear from the audience what the next class is going to be about. For our book and our course, we selected like 5 like common like topics, like relieve your like stress and worry, how to deal with anxiety and unpleasant emotions. So the session we just had, and I don't remember exactly the order, but it was also about like your potential in money. It was also about your relationship. What else is what? It was Louis, money, relationship, and something else, right?
Well, it was money, relationships, health,
Health.
and
Yeah.
yes, and sex,
Mhm.
So yes.
So also, yeah, as Louis reminded me, also about like your health and your appearance. Your health is your wealth, pretty much. It's how you look, how you feel is very important. Like you can have a like a beautiful hair, beautiful face, fit body that you're gonna be attractive to like opposite sex, so you can just feel like a best version of yourself when you work on it. And it's supposed to be, and first of all, you gotta imagine yourself in your better health, in your like better like body, in your better mood. So like at first you see yourself and you feel it and you draw it. So from your subconscious mind, you see the image, you draw it, and guess what, it becomes your like reality. That's what we're gonna do. And as I said, we were very open to receive any requests. If you like struggle with some areas, maybe you're making a lot of money, but you want to improve your relationships. Maybe it's everything, you know, but maybe you want to improve all of it at the same time, which is also cool. It's totally fine. Uh, but first, our first like 5 topics, it's gonna be for beginners, and also we're gonna create something for intermediate and advanced. After all these classes, you're gonna see a tremendous difference. You're gonna be able to manage all your emotions. You're gonna live like a stress-free life. You're gonna be more beautiful, more confident. You're gonna find like your purpose. You gonna maybe change your career or starting like thinking about like significant changes that gonna be improving your life, your well-being. And you know that it's very easy to say just, oh, go make money, go find like husband and wife, or just look better, lose some weight, or go to the gym and gain some weight. It's so easy to say, but it's very hard to do. Like, I know it. I know that. Everyone knows it. Otherwise, every would like look perfect and be rich. However, a lot of challenges, a lot of limiting beliefs are actually preventing us from our true happiness. Let's work. Let's eliminate all the challenges, all negativity, all limiting beliefs, for so in order to have a joyful, harmonious, and successful life.
That sounds perfect, Daria. So I would like to, just have some seconds to thank you, to be grateful for your time and for sharing all your knowledge, for encouraging us and hopefully encouraging more people to practice this, because I think that it is really amazing. So thank you very much. We are very grateful for your session. Thank you, Alejandra, for the sound healing.
Yeah,
Felipe
it
had
was
to leave.
powerful.
Thank you, Andre. So uh, let's meet for the next session.
Sounds perfect. I'm so grateful to have this opportunity, guys, to share my knowledge. It's very important. I'm so grateful and thankful for for you guys, for all the
Okay.
help, for
So,
all the time.
can you remind the audience your Instagram account and where can we find you?
Sure. My personal account is Daria, like my first name, Art, and my last name, Ermolaeva. You probably can see, you can find me like somewhere under the video. And my art account, I started it recently and hopefully to gain more popularity anytime soon. It's Dari Art Life.
The Daria Arts Light.
Yeah. Hopefully you can find some links or, below the video so you can follow.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Aunque sí puede como gritar mejor y pensé.
Oh, okay. Um, Alejandra is saying that maybe you can just write it down
Sure.
and show it to the audience. But yes, of course, that it's going to have a link to your social media.
Hmm. If I think I see, oh, can I just write it here?
In a paper.
In a paper. Oh, you're smart.
Uh,
Sure. Um,
yes, because indeed, your Instagram account is amazing.
yeah,
They are like
and you know that I'm not really wonderful with technology on the social media. Um, so can I the three art life?
Maybe with a
Yeah,
teacher.
I got it. I got it. Um, okay, so it's not very bright. The three art life. And my personal, it's my art account, and my personal is a little longer. It's my first name, Daria, then art, then my last name,
What's your last name?
Ermolaeva.
Huh?
Ermolaeva. So you can see it here.
No puedo escribir.
So 1 second.
Ermolaeva.
La, yeah,
Ermola.
yeah. So because I was like I couldn't concentrate like on recording and writing at the same time. I don't have loose capacity. Let me let me do it again. Uh, so Daria Art Life, it's art account, and my personal Daria Art Ermolaeva. So something like that. Yes, yes, I'm an artist with a horrible handwriting. I know. I know.
Oh,
It's
you
because
gotta see mine.
it's because my grandma would throw a chair in me when I had bad handwriting. So it's kind of a protest against the
Okay.
good handwriting.
Uh,
But hopefully, you can follow.
Yes. Yes. Daria, so thank you very much. This was amazing.
I happy to
And
help. Thank you.
okay, so look forward to seeing you in the next session.
Looking forward to it.
Спасибо. Спасибо. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.